It was late at night when Adeel finally reached the city station. He had been working overtime and almost missed his ride home. The clock struck 11:45 p.m., and the platform was nearly empty. Only a few flickering lamps lit the tracks. The last train of the night was due at 12 o'clock a.m., and if Adeel missed it, he would be stranded until morning. He sat on a cold metal bench, scrolling through his phone. The silence of the station was unsettling. A single old man swept the floor, his broom scratching against the tiles. Adeel asked him, "Babaji, is the last train still coming?" The old man looked up slowly, his face pale under the dim light. "It comes every night," he whispered. "But not everyone who boards it returns." Adeel chuckled nervously, thinking the old man was joking. But something about the way he stared made Adeel's stomach twist. Before he could ask more, the station speakers crackled. "Train arriving on platform 3. The ground trembled. A deep rumbling grew louder. Out of the darkness, a train emerged, black, old, and covered in soot, as if it had been running for 100 years. Its windows were foggy, and no passengers sat inside, only empty seats, rows and rows of them. Still, Adeel was relieved. "Finally," he muttered, stepping inside. The moment he entered, the doors slammed shut behind him. The train lurched forward with a screech. Adeel looked around, not a single soul. Strange. Usually someone else takes the last train, he thought. The lights inside flickered. The smell of rust and smoke filled the air. Adeel sat down by the window, trying to relax. But then he noticed something odd. The outside scenery never changed. The train passed through endless tunnels, one after another, with no sign of stations. After a while, Adeel heard whispers. At first, faint, like the rustling of leaves. But then clearer. "Leave. Leave before it's too late." He froze. "Who's there?" he called out, his voice echoing through the empty carriage. No reply. Only silence. Suddenly, in the reflection of the window, he saw something. Behind him, rows of passengers. Pale faces. Hollow eyes. Their bodies were thin, almost skeletal, dressed in torn clothes. Adeel spun around. The seats were empty, heart pounding. He tried to calm himself. "It's just my imagination. I'm tired." But then the whispers returned. This time louder. "You don't belong here. Get off." The train screeched and slowed. Adeel jumped to his feet as it stopped at a deserted platform. The station sign was broken, the letters faded, but he could still make out the words, "Station of the Dead." He felt a chill crawl down his spine. The doors creaked open. Figures appeared on the platform, dozens of them. Their faces were pale like wax, eyes empty black holes. They moved slowly, stepping onto the train. Adeel backed away in horror. One of them came close, whispering in a voice that wasn't human, "You shouldn't have boarded this train. Once it chooses you, it never lets go." Adeel screamed and ran toward the other end of the carriage, but the doors wouldn't open. The figures kept moving closer. Their cold hands stretched out. In desperation, he pulled the emergency lever. Sparks flew. The train jolted violently, throwing him against the seat. For a moment, everything went dark. When the lights came back, Adeel was lying on the floor of the original city station. The train was gone. The platform was empty again. Only the old sweeper stood nearby, staring at him. "You're lucky," the old man said in a grave voice. "Most people never escape once they board the last train." Terrified, Adeel scrambled to his feet. "What was that?" he demanded. The old man shook his head. "Some journeys are not meant for the living. Remember this night. And never wait for the last train again." Adeel rushed out of the station without looking back. He never forgot that night, nor the hollow faces staring at him from the other side. And from then on, whenever the clock struck midnight, he made sure he was nowhere near the tracks, because the last train still runs. And it's always looking for its next passenger. If you enjoyed this scary story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a midnight horror tale again.